to do exercises that have the word press in the name. So we're going to try chest press and shoulder press today with the bench. And then I'm also going to show you how to do some exercises with the legs. That would be good for building bone density. And then since we're pressing, we'll go ahead and do a back exercise, a couple of things for back, just so we stay evened out, since we're going to be doing stuff for the chest and the shoulders. Okay? All right. So with our bench press, we're going to try to sit at the end of our bench. Make sure your head is going to be on the bench. And then we do want to go ahead and keep your feet on the floor if you can. And if you don't have a bench, you could totally just lay on the floor and do this. It would just shorten your range of motion a little bit. So making sure your head's on the bench. And then you don't have to touch your chest. You could just come right above chest level, and then let's bring it all the way to the top. And then bring it down. You don't have to bring the elbows super low, but it would be good to bring the hands together and touch the weights. If you want some extra range of motion, you can press and then curl the weights together and then come back open and then press and bring the weights together. So that's one of the really main ones for building bone density. If you have questions and I don't see them right now, let me know what they are. You can put them in the comments. And then I'm going to keep going on the circuit, but I'll double back and say hi and answer questions. Okay? So that was our chest press. So after the chest press, if we're doing a circuit, what we could do is do something for legs. And so since we've got our bench here, I thought it would be good to maybe use the bench for a squat. So the first one I thought I would have us do is just keeping those weights right down at our sides, and you just look straight forward, and you're probably going to have to bring your feet back towards you. If you've got them way out here, you're going to need to scoot them back, and then you lean forward slightly, and then you're going to push. Imagine pushing your legs down like through your heels so you can power yourself up with your quadriceps, and you might have to drop your weights. Oh, don't drop them too loud. Don't actually drop them. And you might have to use it without any weights. But if you think you're okay, these are actually just 10 pounds. They're just like great big, and I thought it was funny that they looked huge. So these are only 10 pounds, and we'll stand up. And on your squat, what I want you to think about is not letting your knees come together. When you stand up, if you think your knees are coming together, we want to try to lighten the load. So you might either use no weights at all, or maybe just hold one dumbbell. But we want to stand up, and hopefully you won't see your knees buckle in. Sit back down, stand up. Okay? So we did chest press, and then we just did our squat. So the next exercise for building bone density for the arms is the shoulder press. And I'm going to have us do it a modified way. Probably would be a little bit easier for anyone that's had shoulder issues before. So I'm going to have us bring the weights in front of us like an Arnold press. And then we can do just a halvesy. That would be okay. Like if you just brought it shoulder level and did a little halvesy, like if you've ever had problems with your shoulders before. And again, these weights are only 10 pounds, but I thought they were funny because they were so big. But we'll push the weights up if you can, and then back down. And you could bring them together if that felt okay, and then back. Okay, so that's your shoulder press. So those are your big bone density building exercises, those 3 right there. But then to even it out, let's do a couple more things. Let's do a row, and then let's do like a reverse fly, okay? So we just need one dumbbell for the next thing. And it used to be that we had everybody like put their leg up on the bench and they get down like this and do the row. But we don't really have to do it that way, especially if it's kind of awkward. Really what you could do is just put one foot forward and then put your hand down and then have the weight there. And that might be even a little better on building strength in the back if you get off of this bench over here with your leg and have your leg be on the ground and then have your arm be there. So hopefully your spine is straight. We'll sink one arm just straight down towards the floor, and then you're going to pull it up to your armpit. And try not to do a whole twisting action. Try to just pull straight back. Okay? And then we switch. And you could stay here and then do the switch. But then if you need to reposition, you can reposition also. Okay? Reposition. So we did our presses. We need to do exercises for the back. So that was our row. And then the other one, to kind of complete your upper body, if you're doing a bone density building exercise, but you also want to stay in balance, is we're going to like lean forward a little bit and put these weights over here and keep your back straight, and we'll fly backward. And again, these weights are only 10 pounds, but they're just like super big. If you're just joining us, this is just 10 pounds. Okay. And we'll sit back up. Oh my gosh, I have to remember not to drop it for real. The office is super quiet. Okay. So I'm going to look through and say hi and look at all your comments. And then let me know, though, what your biggest challenges are when you're thinking about exercising in your day, and then what some of your goals are. So no bone density, you might not be thinking about that. I think about that a lot because I work with adults like 55 plus, and then I'm 40. So if you're not already thinking about bone density, I hope you will think about it a little bit when you're thinking about your weight training. And actually picking out weights that are a little bit heavy. And I know I was kind of being silly with the oversized weights, but I would like you to lift a little bit weights that are a little bit of a challenge, to do like 6 to 10 of them if you really want to build bone density. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope the stream turned out. If it did, I'll try to do more here at the office. I'm using my Wi-Fi on my phone. All right, thank you.